everybody, and welcome to Raising Vibrations with myself, Simon. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you my thoughts and perspectives on Pluto through the first house of the astrological chart. And what I'm basically going to be sharing with you today from that perspective is how to understand this essential archetype from the point of view of evolutionary astrology, but also from the point of view of actually understanding this symbol as the soul or the core desire that is essentially making you as a human being, as a soul, incarnate into this earth. Okay. Now, before I go ahead and actually share with you, what's participating or what is a part of this actual symbolism, I highly recommend that you watch the introduction video, because all this information about what Pluto represents is contained in that video. And this all makes a lot of sense when, of course, you're watching this video and you have the understanding of Pluto itself from the perspective that I'm sharing. Okay, so I highly recommend watching that first before you watch this video. Okay, so a couple of things to note. If you are having Pluto transit your first house, if you have Pluto in Aries, which you won't, and if you have the placements of Pluto in your first house, these will all make really, really strong impacts in terms of how this vibration is operating within your life. Okay, so those are the three. Also take into account, please, any aspects that are being made to your Pluto. They are really important to understand what specifically that Pluto story is about. Okay, so I'll begin with Pluto through the first house. Okay, if you have Pluto in the first house, what is happening here is that there are unconscious emotional attachments and feelings of desires or desires, as it were, to want to pioneer and go in a new direction. Okay, the archetype of Aries is one where the soul or a human being, or as in the actual constellations themselves, indicate change. It's a cardinal sign. So there's a completely new direction that is emerging for the soul. And so Pluto in the first house symbolizes that a soul is taking a new direction in its life. And this is a very important thing to understand, because from the point of view of you taking a new direction in life, you are essentially going to be pioneering and moving in a space or in a direction or taking on a journey that has never been explored before, which means that a part of you will not actually know who you are in that sense, because this new direction is pulling you in a space, or this new journey is pulling you in this way to explore that, to understand that. It's like, what am I supposed to be understanding through this thing? And so there's this unconscious feeling, or should I say maybe it's a conscious feeling, of special purpose that you have within yourself. And this operates on a very sort of instinctual level, okay? And the purpose of this kind of special purpose, or this feeling of special purpose, is to instinctually make you act upon all desires that are essentially operating with you in a very instinctual way, to lead you on to find these new directions that it is that you're needing to explore. Okay, so the way I like to see it is that there's these kind of like different routes, and you're going like, okay, which one do I take? Where do I go? Who am I? Etc. And so from that process, this feels like this, I must go in that direction. Then you go and explore it a little bit, and you find yourself going along this road, and you go, okay, that was really, really interesting. And that's how this operates on the most unconscious and core level. It is a completely new evolutionary journey that is taking place for you. And again, as I said, as you explore that process, it's coming from this feeling of instinctual need and purpose, feeling of special purpose. So a part of that story with Pluto in the first house as a soul, and how you need to understand or orientate yourself in your birth chart, is to recognize that throughout this whole journey or this lifetime, you're really needing to develop a lot of sense of freedom. Okay, so that you can act upon those desires that are emanating from within you. And it's those feelings of that freedom that is really important. And you'll notice that whenever you get into situations that are sort of, holding you down or keeping you enclosed, you will intrinsically feel this anxiety that will pop up with you of like being entrapped. And there will also be this feeling of needing to then break free from that and allow your independence to actually be operating through your life. It's a really important thing that your independence is a part of this process. And again, all these soul desires are leading you to explore and expand yourself a new way, you know? And of course, this is needing that freedom. And whenever there's something that's stopping you from that process, it's causing you to feel like, okay, I need to liberate myself, as it were. So a couple of things also that I would like to illustrate with regards to this Pluto placement is that you do need the sense of diversity in your life, okay? The diversity is really important because it kicks in with the need for freedom. Diversity allows you to be able to access different ideas, different perspectives, different values, different opinions, different again, ideas, etc. And part of that process is to allow yourself to be exposed to as many of those new perspectives that are existing. And as you expose yourself to those many different perspectives, you allow yourself to actually come through and find out which is interesting, which isn't interesting, what is allowing me to feel excited about something, what isn't allowing me to feel excited about something. And as you connect with those places, you start to be able to make this idea of yourself and your sense of new direction more tangible. It becomes more, solidified. You go, okay, that's what I like, that's not what I like. And over a period of time, you start to build this kind of like interest base that eventually over a period of time allows you to follow this sense of who am I in that way. A big part of the story as well with Pluto in the first house is the anxiety of separation and the feelings of inner security. It's a really, really big deal for the Pluto first house souls because of the need to feel secure that is exemplified through Aries square Cancer in the chart. There is always a feeling of like, I know this, and so therefore when I'm going to go and explore something or try something new, there's a sense of I'm going to separate from what it is that I know. And so anxiety is a big part of this process for Pluto in the first house souls, because you're literally stepping into the unknown and exploring whatever it might be. But that process of going along that road might feel as if this newness is really unnerving and uncomfortable. So this can keep you into a space where you don't actually actualize yourself at all, which of course is a big part of this journey, is to actually follow that road. So to kind of end off this video, it's really important to honor these keywords of courage and pioneering and new direction and sense of special purpose, and to overcome the feelings of anxiety and replace them with excitement, because that is what's driving evolution in this process, is that I don't know what it is, but I need to go and find out so that I can kill this sense of anxiety. Okay, fantastic, right, guys? I really hope that you enjoyed this video. It brought some insight and understanding in how to navigate your way through your Pluto placement. Again, the introduction is really important in this video because it tells you what to do in terms of how to see this in your chart. Okay, if you're interested in an astrology reading, please contact me. The details are in the comments, in the description below. And if you just want to share your thoughts with me regarding what you felt about this video, please do. Have a fantastic day. Take care. Bye-bye.